Hello everyone, my name is Avneet Singh and I'm one of the co-founders from 3Tier Investing. Today we will be talking about the basics in risk management. So if we talk about the average beginner investor, we can see that most of them will put their whole portfolio, every single dollar in their account behind one single trade in the hopes that it becomes like a 200-300% play. But in reality, this can be very problematic. Now I'm going to transition over to my iPad to show you guys what a good risk management level looks like. So now I'm on the iPad, let's talk about risk management. So let's say you have a portfolio size of about $1,000, right? If you're trading options, whether it's swing trades or day trades, I like to allocate 10 to 20% of my portfolio in those options because I don't want to use too much of my portfolio to the point where it'll either tank my whole portfolio. And if I'm talking about trades in general, I don't like to do more than 2 to 3 positions at one time. So I don't like to have more than 2 to 3 ongoing positions in one time. Because if I have too many, then it's really hard to keep a track of every single trade and make sure that I'm using the right strategies and fundamentals and technical analysis in each of those trades if I'm doing way too many. Let's go back to this first point right here. So if I'm using 10% of my $1,000 portfolio, it means I'm effectively using $100 to $200 in that trade. And let's say you make 70% on the $100 trade, right? Let's say you make 70% on that trade, right? Which translates to $70. You just added 7% to your portfolio of $1,000, which is a tremendous gain if it's just like over a month or however long that trade took you. Getting 7% is tremendous, especially when you talk about the fact that the S&P 500 makes about that much, including inflation, over a whole year span. Now let's say you're a beginner and you don't really know, so you decide to put your $1,000 behind a single trade. And let's say, so you'd be using $1,000 behind that trade, and let's say that you made a 30% loss, minus 30%, which would equal $300 in the bucket. That tanks your portfolio effectively 30% out of your entire portfolio, which can be tremendously detrimental because now you only have $700 in your portfolio. When compared to if you just lost $70 and that's the whole trade. So in one situation, you would have had a 30% loss and you would have lost $300, leaving you with only $700 left in your portfolio, as compared to making 70 and only gaining 7%. But since you used a smaller portfolio, your psychology was better. You were able to execute that trade perfectly. You weren't using that much of your portfolio, so you weren't worried. You were able to make a 7% gain. So now I'm going to go over 3 reasons why having good risk management trades can be very beneficial to your portfolio. So number 1 is trading psychology. Whenever you use proper risk management, you're able to control your trading psychology, whereas if you use your whole portfolio, you're so worried that you might lose the entire investment, you might drop 50%, that's half of your portfolio, right? But if you use good risk management, you'll be losing a lot less in case the trade does go to zero. Hopefully you don't do that. Hopefully you have a stop loss, you cut your loss, but if it does, it doesn't really impact you that much. For example, if we had that $1,000 account, you're now at 900 rather than at 500 if you had a 50% loss compared to a 10% loss. So number 2 is that you may blow up your account. And yes, I did mention this a little bit in the psychology part, but if you do use poor risk management, you're more likely to blow up your account, requiring you to either put more money in or stop trading if that's your life savings that you're using and you lose it all. That could be very problematic. And lastly, we can talk about the fact that you can have multiple trades at the same time when you use proper risk management. If you use your whole portfolio behind one trade, that's one trade that you have open right now. And if that stock for some reason tanks because of some bad news, you're in the hole. But if you have 3 trades open using 10% of your portfolio in each, you're using 30% of your portfolio. That leaves 70% of your portfolio free for other investments and other trades, and maybe in the future. But like I said, I like to keep 2 to 3 trades open max at one time. So you'll only be using 300. And if 2 of those trades are good, then you'll be profitable.
And if one of those trades is bad, you cut it early, you can make good profits consistently using this method. And that basically concludes my first lesson on risk management. If you found any value from this video, please hit the subscribe and like button for the YouTube algorithm, and stay tuned for more. If you would like more ways to get involved with 3-tier investing, we have a Discord chat. I'll leave the link in the bottom below. You'll get 3 free-day trial. And we also have a free weekly watch list. I'll leave that in the link below too, where we post our weekly watch list, our picks that we're looking at for either investments or option plays. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.